Welcome to the Uncle's channel. Thanks for watching today. And of course, in my last video, I talked about how the Christmas season has finally come to a close. My wife gave me some awesome new retro gifts to fit my retro collection back here. And we did an unboxing of this awesome Raphael I have displayed right there. But today we're going to unbox the other retro action figure, which is going to be the Spider-Man lizard from the 90s cartoon. Now, this is not the original one. This is a reissue. And the reissue has all these points of articulation and his awesome box. I mean, there's a lot to love about this figure here. We're going to unbox it here and so see what the figure's all about. Let's get started. So as we look at the box here, we got an awesome little picture of Lizard here off to the side, which is of course in the 90s cartoon style because it's a reissue of a 90s figure. And honestly, the 90s cartoon was the best of all the Spider-Man cartoons. I mean, I've not seen all the different variations of the cartoons, but I always loved the 90s one. It has so many great stories in there. Lashing tail action, so of course you got a little movement to go along with the figure. As you look at the figure himself here, you know, he's got two different heads you can use for old Kirk Connors here. He's got two different arms or two different hands you can swap out as well. The tail is detachable, probably just simply to focus better or fit better into the container here. And some little beakers as well, because after all, he is a scientist as he goes throughout his adventures. And so it says on here, Spider-Man 60 amazing years. It's hard to believe Spider-Man's been around for 60 years, but regardless, Spider-Man is a continual legend. And at the top we have the logo for the 90s cartoon, which is once again the pinnacle of all Spider-Man logos. It's really based upon those years when McFarlane was working, when they were doing Venom and all that. Because I mean, you can definitely see the art style from there. Let's take a look at the back as well. Alright, so on the back we have more of the same. We got the logo up at the top. Of course, we have the amazing picture of the lizard off to the side. Tells us exactly what we can swap out in these action figures. Like I said, the head as well as the hands. And it says down here at the bottom, desperate to be whole again, geneticist Kirk Connors injects himself a regenerative serum derived from reptile DNA, only to find himself transitioned into the monstrous lizard. And there's so much more to the story than just that, but that's the basics of the story from there. But let's go ahead and get this figure unboxed, and let's see how well he looks. Alright, first we have this little instruction manual, I guess, down here, or warranty. It looks like it's just going to be a warranty for the action figure. Let's see here. Yeah, oh no, it's just a warning, not a warranty. Okay, all good. Let's keep going here. And of course, let's look at the box again. You can see the entire cityscape. And the cityscape was actually a pretty big deal for the 90s Spider-Man because it was all computer animated. And that was at a time period where computer animation was pretty new, and you didn't see it in a lot of cartoons, and so they mixed it together. Was pretty phenomenal. But let's go ahead and get the pieces out first here. So we have the tail, and the tail is obviously going to connect. The tail it's I actually thought these all be individual joints, but it's actually like a wire figure here. If you remember those little bunny rabbits you get at Easter time growing up, that had little wires in them, and you could mold them however you wanted. That's actually what this tail is like. I did not expect that. It's a good take on it because it feels like a reptile tail. I just did not expect that to be the way they're going to design the tail. Alright, let's keep going here. Let's get the main doctor himself out, old Kirk Connors. Alright, so as we're looking at the lizard here, the points of articulation, he has so many on here, very similar to how the Raphael figure was. Maybe not as many points of articulation, but definitely a good number. You got the shoulder joints, the elbows. Of course, you can rotate the hands because you can take those off as well. Same down here for the legs. You got, you can twist the waist. You got the stomach. Boy, the abs. Boy, you don't see that in the action figures a whole lot. You also have the thighs. You have the knees. And of course, you can rotate the feet as well. The lab coat, fantastic looking. Let's go ahead and get that tail in here. Fairly difficult to get the tail in there, but once again, that just means it's going to, stay that much easier. And of course, you can rotate the tail around however direction you want. Probably best to have it like that, just simply so you can set the figure up. As far as the head looks, I'm not as big of a fan of this particular head on the lizard. I actually like the other one that came in the box. We're going to swap that out first. But outside of that, the lab coat looks fantastic. Of course, all the little wrinkles in it show the texture. The tail, great detail on that as well. The ripped pants down here. I mean, he's a great looking figure, and I can't wait to swap the head out because the other head symbolizes the lizard so much more. Where this one looks a little bit more on the, a little bit on the goofy side compared to the ferociousness of the other one. Let's go ahead and get that one out as well. I tell you, it was a good thing I'm not keeping the plaster because that thing was super annoying to get out. So this head here, it actually has a point of articulation even on the jaw, so you can open the jaw up a little bit, and so that's already more than this head here. But let's go ahead and swap it out so we can get the, I mean, just look at the difference. How much better this one looks, because its eye color is correct, you know, the head's a little bit longer. Why they would even choose to put this one on there for the main head, I don't know. No one's going to use this head compared to the other one. But let's go ahead and swap it out. Alright, so we got the correct head on here, and already, oh my gosh, this figure looks so much better having the appropriate head on there. Why anyone would go for this head is beyond me. This looks so much more like the lizard, and this is obviously how we're going to have him displayed up on the little stand behind me here. So much better. I mean, you can already tell the difference. This is the lizard. Excellent looking figure. Let's get the hand options out here. Well, that was a lot easier. As far as the hands go, you know, articulation, they can move on the wrist just like the other ones. And you're going to want to put these on there if you want to be able to hold one of the beakers. I'll probably leave one of them original, and I'll probably swap out one for the beaker. Let's go ahead and get the beakers out. Alright, we got two beakers here, and each one obviously has some sort of little chemicals in it, and who knows what chemical it would be. Probably just some genetic material, since that's what he focuses on. But of course, you can't put these into his regular hand. You're going to need to put them into the hand that grips here, I presume. So let's see here. There we go, and he can hold that perfectly as it is. I'm probably going to use the yellow over the red, just simply for the pure fact that it's going to bend the hand a little bit less over time. And so it's going to bend the hand a little bit less over time. And we're probably going to put it into the, we'll do the right hand here, since that's the hand that I'm working with. So let's see how easy it is. That's really easy to pop out, actually. Compared to the Ninja Turtle figure that we did earlier, that one's way easier. And so, I don't know, I mean, it's alright him holding the beaker. I mean, it's a cool little feature. I mean, he never had any weapons, so the beaker makes the most sense. And truth be told, I probably like the red a little bit better, but it's just going to, I don't know, keep his mold better using the yellow instead of the red. Overall, though, this is a awesome looking action figure. The points of articulation are amazing, the detail is amazing, and he's going to look amazing on the shelf. But let's go ahead and take an overall look at him. Honestly, this is one of the best looking lizard figures I've seen out there, especially when it comes to the 90s cartoon. Because when I think about like collecting Spider-Man action figures and such, I'm clearly going to go for the 90s cartoon because that's what I grew up with. Yeah, I've read the comics over the years and I see all the movies. When I think about which one I want to have like figures from and which one when I read or hear stories about the comics, I always think about the design for the 90s cartoon. It's just what I harken back to. And so this figure here, it's truly an amazing figure. I know there's probably a whole line out there for these reissue of the Spider-Man 90s figures, and I'm sure a lot of the other ones are really good as well. Lizard just happened to be always one of my favorites, so that's what my wife got me. And I may look out there and try to find and collect some of the other ones. But if you're a fan of the 90s Spider-Man cartoon, these figures are some of the best quality ones you're going to come across, especially for the points of articulation, posing and displaying them. And I really don't think you can go wrong with it, regardless of which figure you get. Just simply pick out your favorite ones and collect them. But if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Check out my other videos listed up above. And as always, go out there, find a great game to play, and just simply have a great rest of the day.